What's poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are taking a look at another Halo film review. I didn't know there was this much Halo content out there. I'm very surprised by this, but we have been on a little bit of a Halo spree recently, talking about quite a few of the Halo movies, and I recently watched another one which was Halo Fall of Reach, which was based off the book of Halo, which I didn't even know there was books for Halo, which is so confusing. And I was shocked. I didn't know Halo had books. Is Halo based off books? Is the games based off books? What came first, the book or the game? I am genuinely so confused. I thought Master Chief was a video game character. I didn't know he was a book. Dog, I'm excited to learn more about the Halo franchise and get really into it, because I love Halo. It's easily my top 5 favorite game franchises, so I'm here for all this extra Halo content, even though all this Halo content that I am discovering for the first time did come out in 2012, very similarly to this movie. This is a film which came out in 2012, which has a 4.3 out of 5 on Amazon, and you can only watch it on Amazon Prime. Kidnapped as children and conscribed into a brutal military training augmentation program, the Spartans were designed to be the ultimate weapon against chaos and otherword. But when a dangerous alien alliance known as the Covenant decides war on humanity, the Spartans might be our only hope. So how the story actually starts is with our main girly, Halsey, was like, right, I'm gonna get some children, and she kidnaps, I'm gonna say 200 to 300 kids and puts them through a very vigorous training exercise, which many of them do end up dying out in. And John starts to show his true colors and becomes a natural born leader, and manages to get his company through thick and thin. He manages to get them through a training course, get them through a wilderness survival camp, and gets them all home. And he also manages to keep them well fed, well trained, and then they all go through augmentation, where they get some bones broken and replaced with metal alloy, and also get muscle enhancements, which kills off, I do believe, half of them. There's only 33 left out of the 300. So the numbers are dropping like flies. They're falling like absolute flies. I can't think of another word, but they are falling fast. Then they go through extra training to get used to their new muscles and new bones so their body can adjust, and then they get thrown into these suits of armor, the Master Chief Spartan armor, which is sick as fuck, by the way, and they all get different helmets. None of them have the same helmet, they all get different ones, and they all have different numbers, so you can easily tell them apart with designs, and I think that's quite cool and quite creative, because each helmet is used for a different thing. The sniper one has extra lenses around the eyes, so then they can obviously get a better scope and better vision. I do believe the Master Chief one is the one with the sort of visor bit at the front, which is the commander cap, which they all wear. All the leaders had the commander cap on, which I think that's supposed to represent. I could be wrong, but I'm trying to make a connection here. And they then attack a Covenant ship, so then they can get off-world and just stop some Covenant. And they get in, they plant a nuke, and one of them sacrifices themselves to stay behind, so then they can all escape. And they all go back to the tree from that one training camp where they left their mark, and they have a good burial for their friend, and that's where the movie ends. So there isn't a lot that goes on in this movie, but it is a really good movie, and I think it does so much better than the Frontiers movie that I watched a couple of days ago, because it gets you to care about every single one of them from this group. We care about Master Chief's group. Obviously, Master Chief is the main character, he's the main focal point, but his group has grown with him, has joined with him, so we can feel Master Chief's pain when we have to lose one of them. And we can see how upset he is at having to lose one of these characters, because like, obviously he's grown up with them, and he has always said that we shouldn't have to lose anybody. I'm going to keep every one of you alive. I'm going to make sure we all make it out. And constantly throughout this movie, he's losing friends left, right, and center through all these different stages of training. More and more of his company, more and more of his friends, his comrades, his soldiers are dying and are falling. And that is very upsetting, and we can see it take his toll on him. And we see that he's remorseful for his actions that he does take, and we see that he is getting better at making decisions so he doesn't have to lose any more of his soldiers. And I think that's really cool, and it just makes you aspire to be like as cool as Master Chief, because he is just him. Master Chief is just him. He's like the guy, the guy that you want to be. And the story is really cool. I like the story. It's a part of Halo that I didn't really know before, and that the Halo HBO Max series did try and sort of show us, but didn't do a very good job at it. So I actually liked this movie. It does have a very strange but unique art style, which I sort of have a love and hate relationship with, because it was very pretty. I liked how it kind of looked like a painting all the way through, but then again, it kind of does look like Bully from the Xbox 360, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't like the Bully art style. And Master Chief just looks like that one kid from Bully. I cannot get it out of my head. He does, and it's stupid. So I did like it when he actually got his Master Chief armor, because then it finally got that guy out of my head, because it was constantly playing on loop. But the art style was cool, but it was also really janky. Like, watching them move with this art style was not smooth. Like, it just wasn't smooth. They seemed really plasticky and oily, but that gave to, like, the painting vibe of it, which I did like. So, like, there's good parts and bad parts to this animation style, and I haven't seen this animation style used, like, ever. This was, like, my first, like, exposure to this animation style, and I think it's quite creative and something that we need to see a little bit more of, instead of like the same animation styles over and over and over again, because that's what we have. We just have the same animation styles. I know we're trying to break out of it with Disney heading into live action and the Spider-Verse, Puss in Boots movies. Like, we are trying to expand and improve and constantly evolve animation, which is really cool and really exciting, because it is like groundbreaking stuff that we're doing in animation. I say we, I'm not doing anything. I'm watching it and I'm eating it up and I'm enjoying it, but it is still really good. But yeah, I don't know how to put it. It's strange, because it is an animation style that you see a lot of, but I kind of do. I want to see more of this animation style. So if any of you are like making it indie animation and you want to like appease me, you know, because I don't think anybody else is asking for this animation style to come back. I would appreciate like another series or another movie made in this style, because it is very unique and it stands out. It stands out and it looks cool. And I don't know. It's such a love-hate relationship with this animation style, and I could talk about it for so long, like all the flaws that this animation style has, with how squished their faces all look. Their heads look quite big, but their faces look squished, and the emotion isn't really conveyed very well in this art style, but they're soldiers, and they're sort of conditioned to not have emotion. Like they said at the end of this movie, like, Spartans don't cry, so it's like they're conditioned to not have emotion, so it kind of works. So I really don't know. This animation style works, but it doesn't as well. Like, it kind of looks like early days Arcane. It's giving Arcane, but like back from 2012. It kind of looks like the test animation for Arcane. So maybe if we did get a series like this nowadays, it would look like Arcane. And that would be fucking phenomenal, not gonna lie. I would love a Halo series done in the Arcane art style. That would go insanely hard. I just want more Halo in general. We haven't had a Halo game in ages. I think the last one we had was Halo 5. Get on a new Halo game, Microsoft. Like, please. I'm missing my boy Chief. I'm missing my Master Chief. So, Microsoft, where we at with Halo? Where we at? I know you're making Minecraft too, but like, where the fuck is my boy, Chief? Overall, I really did enjoy this movie, and I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. I think it's good. Good message of, like, you know, family and like friendship bonds and working together and being strong together. Very good message and very good story from a franchise that I do love, and I think it is one of the better Halo things that I have watched recently.